We are at week 40. It is my due date today. Is there a baby? No, no baby. So, I thought I would do a video on 10 things that I wish that I knew at the beginning of my pregnancy that I know now that may help you guys during your pregnancy. Welcome back to Holistic YYC, guys. My name is Janna. Thank you so much for joining me today. I made it 40 weeks now, 40 weeks of ups and downs and rights and left, and I wouldn't have changed a thing. Well, probably would have changed a couple of things. Write out your birth plan and have that birth plan and really focus on what you want. What do you want to have happen? Do you want to be breastfeeding? Do you want bottle feed? Do you want a midwife? Do you want a doula? Do you want both? Do you want a hospital birth? Do you want an OBGYN? Are you planning on a C-section? Are you planning on natural birth? What are some things that you want to have in your birth plan? And then seriously, crumple that up and throw it away. Act like you've just burned it, because you want to expect the exact opposite of whatever your birth plan is going to entail. You think it's going one way and then all of a sudden you're on a left turn to what? Birth plans are good to have. So birth plans are really good to have in preparation, but just expect for them to go the exact opposite. Everyone is going to have an opinion and everyone is going to judge you for pretty much everything that you will do. You're too big, you're too small, you're already that big? Oh, are you gonna eat that? Oh, you know you shouldn't eat that. Oh, you know you gotta eat for two. I shit you not. I was eating super healthy, very clean. It was mostly about nuts and berries and like steak and Caesar and all of this stuff, and then I would go in and I'm like, I want a coffee. I would get like stare downs from people, but it's okay for me to go and indulge in 2 quarter-pounder deluxe meals with extra fries and a sundae, and everyone thinks, oh, well, it's just pregnancy cravings. Dude, everyone is going to have an opinion about everything that you're doing, and just politely say thank you and then walk away. Save yourself the stress. It is not worth it. You do you, and you do what's right for you. Don't stress yourself out over the little things, and especially don't stress yourself out over other people's freaking opinions. Morning sickness. Ugh. Morning sickness is the worst. And it's the worst when you're not even sick. I was one of those people that got morning sickness from week 6 to week 14, but I never actually threw up. It was just like that constant nausea, that bitch that came out of nowhere that you're like, ah, I thought you were gone. Things that helped me during my morning sickness stage was acupuncture and cupping, more natural options, and it worked really, really well for me. So I went once a week, and I needed to go once a week because it was almost like I'd go on the Monday or the Tuesday, and then on the Sunday I would kind of start getting those feelings again. Also helped with my indigestion, which sucks. But acupuncture and cupping really helped for me. Some things that you may be comfortable with is medication. There are prescription medications that you can take. That wasn't what was right for me, so I just didn't take it, but I know that it does work well for some people. Some things that also helped me with morning sickness and just avoiding it in preparation for was actually eating. Oh, eat. Have snacks in your glove compartment, have snacks in your nightstand, in your purse, anywhere. Have snacks. I'm talking crackers, I'm talking Lara bars, I'm talking fruit, something. I mean, I remember it was so bad one night, I literally went into the fridge and just grabbed the first thing I could and just shoved it in my mouth. I'm like, I need to get something in me to help this morning sickness. And going long periods of time, especially in the beginning of your pregnancy, make the morning sickness even worse if that's something that you're suffering from. Something else that was really, really helpful for me, which was a really good tip actually for even throughout your pregnancy, if this is an ongoing thing, is taking your prenatal vitamins literally before you go to bed. Before you turn that light out and close your peepers, you take your multivitamins or your prenatals and you go right to sleep. Some people find that it's okay to take it in the morning with food. It never worked for me. Having said that, by week 14, my morning sickness was gone. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you. Be gone. Stay hydrated. Not only does this help with morning sickness, it helps with headaches, muscle cramps, and foot cramps, and calf cramps. They will ruin your life. This was one of the most painful times of my life ever. And I would stretch my foot and then my calf would cramp, and stretch my calf and then my foot would cramp, and it was just a nightmare. I literally had a bottle of deep blue muscle rub with the cap off right next to my nightstand for when 3 a.m. came about and I would be like jolted out of bed because I was in so much pain. So much pain. Stay hydrated. Save yourself the misery and agony and pain and frustration and sleep loss. Whew. Ugh. Awful. Do your reading. Get some advice, read up as much as you can about the next 9 months and beyond. It's a really cool time. It's a really beautiful time in your life. And try and soak up as much knowledge as possible, but just really take that with a grain of salt. It's important to get educated on the, bunch of the different aspects. Maybe you might change your mind halfway through the pregnancy and you want to do one thing over another thing. That's totally fine. Just read up as much as you can. Learn about the different options that are out there. Because, if you do come across some bitch that wants to tell you how your pregnancy can go, and you don't feel like just smiling it off and walking away, at least you got some backup. Don't go overboard with the purchases early on. You would be so surprised how many people are wanting to give away their baby stuff that has been like clouding their basement or clouding their closet for forever. The amount of stuff that Samara and I got from people is overwhelming. You'd be so surprised, and if you just put the feelers out there, people will literally want to give you like their basement. When we first told my brother that I was pregnant, he's like, I'm coming over right now to dump off all of my shit. Just take it. So most of the stuff we didn't actually start pulling in and bringing in until, a couple weeks ago. This is a really freaking cool time in your life, and take advantage of this. Especially if you're a first-time mom, there's really not another time, a period like this, where your body is just going through so many cool changes. If you're having issues with, how your body is changing, with an old lifestyle that you used to have, it's gonna be an emotional time. You're gonna break down. Or at least I did a few times. Use this time to make the changes in your life that you want to make happen. If you don't want to pass down some bad habits of yours to your child, now is the time to start, because whether you like it or not, you're imprinting things on your baby as you go through the pregnancy. Like, they're so receptive. They're like sponges, They can feel your emotions. They can feel when you're scared, when you're frustrated, when you're stressed out, when you've eaten something really bad. Like, they will tell you that they don't like that. Using this time to really embrace the change in your life that you want to make. If you want to be healthier, then start this. Perfect. You're making a human, man. Like, overload on those nutrients, overload on those good foods, whole foods, and really embrace this time to make those changes, because you've got somebody depending on you. Why not start now and really just make those changes happen? This is the perfect time to do that. Not only are you setting a really great example for your child, you're also laying down a very healthy path for the rest of your life as well. Take time for yourself. It's going to be a super chaotic time. I totally get it. it's really important to take a little bit of time for yourself, whether that be a bath or a manicure or a pedicure or a facial or a massage. Oh my gosh, get a massage. And if budget is something that you need to be really conscious of because you're going to be going into a period where you're not working, being budget conscious is something that I am very well aware of. Something that you can look up is some aesthetic or hair schools that are looking for models. Generally, they're all free. And then it gives you an opportunity to get out and get your hair cut or get a manicure or get a facial or something like that. They're looking for models and they're generally free. That's something that you can go and do. That's kind of like a nice little pamper treatment for yourself. That really doesn't cost anything. Stretch marks. Let's talk about stretch marks. And I did a lot of research on stretch mark creams and lotions. I was so paranoid about getting stretch marks during this pregnancy. I thought for sure I would. And I'm at week 40 and I have none. I mean, I have zero, absolutely none. And I'm beyond shocked at that because A, I've got dry skin, B, I'm in a very dry climate, and C, I'm already very prone to stretch marks. So I'm like thanking my lucky stars that I did not get any stretch marks at all, and I definitely attribute that to the emu oil that I used morning and night. Because emu oil is so close to human oil that it actually absorbs and penetrates into the skin way better than plant-based oil, which tend to stay on top of the skin. When your stomach gets really itchy, that's the tightening point, that's the indication that, well, you're stretching. And if your skin isn't hydrated, then it's gonna start kind of getting those little tears. And starting early is key. Take it easy, mama. Keep it light, keep it fun. You know, this is such a cool time in your life that getting super stressed out about things is not going to help. It's not gonna make it easy. Keep it light, keep it fresh, keep it fun. You know what? If some person has an opinion over something that you're doing, who cares? Just let it go off your back. Don't even bother with it. Like, one of the things I think why my pregnancy went pretty easy from the beginning, I just really had fun with it. I tried to keep things as light as possible. No, but seriously, have fun with it. Love it. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Every minute of it, because it will go by so fast. And soon enough, you're gonna be holding your own 12-week-old baby in your hands. Mr. Sage turned 12 weeks today, actually. Yay! Yes, he did. And you know what? The time is gonna fly by. You're gonna forget all about the pregnancy, you're gonna forget all about the birth, and you're gonna forget all about that first 100 days of hell, because sometimes it can feel like it. So join me in the next few videos and I'll share with you my natural home birth, my first 100 days with Mr. Sage, and share with you some tips and tricks about things that I learned along the way, and some must-have baby stuff for sure. Thanks very much for joining me, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Bye!